Hi, everyone. I hope that you are doing well. We are back with the pick a piles. This pick a pile will chime into what area of your life is about to change. It can be your love life, your career, your spirituality, all three, etc. So, we're going to talk about the area or areas of your life that are about to change. We will most likely be speaking about one in particular or one that we dive very deep in for each pile. So pause it in order to choose the pile that you are most drawn to. What you can do is go by process of elimination, which one you feel least drawn to, and then between the last two, it'll be which one you can feel like you could live in. Which flower do you feel like is home to you? Which flower calls your attention? Which flower is the one you cannot stop thinking about? All right, so we're gonna go right into it, and I'll see you on your in your pile. So go down below to the timestamps, and each pile will have a timestamp and it'll take you directly there. All right, pile number one. Let's get right into this. I haven't pre-shuffled anything. I kind of just want to go with the flow. That's just kind of been my mood lately. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to begin for pile number one. What area of your life is about to change? Pile number one. What is changing for pile number one? Okay, so for some of you, it looks like your stability, your structure. You could be looking for a new home. You could be looking to invest in a home, in a property. And some of you are relocating. So for this pile, what area of your life is about to change? It looks like your environment. You're about to be making changes, environmental changes. Some of you will be traveling. Others of you will be relocating. Some of you will be signing on to a new job position, a new job opportunity, a career change. What area of your life is changing? Yeah, so this is an area of your life which I feel like you've prayed a lot about, you've thought a lot about, or you've had some sort of discontent concerning it. So this is an area of your life that you've been longing to make certain decisions for. An area of your life you've been praying about, an area of your life that you've cried about, an area of your life that has felt uncomfortable for quite some time. It also does look like when it came to this area of your life, there were certain things that you had to learn in order to basically set yourself up with experience and wisdom for the future. It feels like for this area of your life, you basically had to be patient and you had to learn the lessons. And you've had to grow closer when it comes to your spirituality. You've had to grow closer to divinity. For many of you, this area of your life had been on your mind for quite some time because perhaps your finances were affecting this area of your life, or this area of your life was affecting your finances. This is something that was very linked to your emotions, to your energy, something that was affecting your energy or that has the ability to affect your energy. All right. So this area of your life that you are going to be very focused on, and this area of your life that's going to be your priority the next few months, is going to be your home. Is going to be your structure, your foundation, your environments, your independence. It's basically, yeah, look at this. We have wisdom here. We have wisdom here. This area of your life and this time of your life really represents kind of like a lot of movement. This area of your life and this time in your life is about movement. It's about doing your homework. It's about making plays. It's about kind of like going back and forth between being the student, being the teacher, being the teacher, being the student. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you're learning all of these things, and it's beautiful to see. I again, you guys have maybe going through a plethora of emotions, from crying to anxiety to really just reflecting. It's been a really long journey for you, Pile One. But it's one of those things where it's like you look back at who you once were, or you get to these full circle moments over and over and over again the next few months, right? Which is what we were aiming for. And you kind of look back to that person that you once were, or who you once were, or a time in your life. You look back at it and you're kind of like, wow, like I'm no longer there, but I'm so grateful for those times. It's almost bittersweet and nostalgic all at once. And your main focus right now is your priority. It's your environment. It's making changes. It's taking risks. Look at this. We have material and spiritual prosperity. So exactly what I was saying, you're growing spiritually. You're growing spiritually. You're growing closest to the truth and to the true version of yourself. And you're growing closer to God, divine, Allah, universe, your angels, whatever it is that you do believe in, right? Because this is a judgment-free zone. So it's very important that during this time, again, like I said, you're going from that student to teacher, teacher to student, which is beautiful because it allows you to be expandable, teachable, but it also gives you the humility to guide, to help. So just keep that in mind. This time in your life, you're setting up and allocating your assets. You're fertilizing the seeds that you planted. You're really watching your crops grow. The fact that the that the numbers go from five to six just really are an indicator to me that you're on the right path. And that there's also a message here that I'm channeling from that, where it's like every step is going to require a different version of you. Every step of every how do you say it? Every step you take on that staircase, with every step there will be a new win. So it's like, don't even sweat it. Again, for a lot of you guys, there's going to be sightseeing, vacation, travel, being inspired through different cultures: Tokyo, Japan, Ireland, Greenland, Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania may be significant. Alaska may be significant. I have people that watch me from all over the world. So it's like there could be travel, or you could be inspired by your culture or by those cultures. Then we have here firm foundation, which goes from 5, 6 to 4. But number 4, it just reminds me of like everything you need. All you need is that foundation. All of it. All you need is that foundation. And there's this energy here about the fact that you've been preparing. Your biggest priority right now is preparation, preparing yourself, preparing that foundation, really taking it up a notch. You have your hand mixed in a few things as well. There could be a few things that you're focused on, a few things that you're working on, a few things you have your mind on, and you're kind of dipping and dabbing with all of those things at once. And you're really, like I said, you're learning, but you're also spreading care and compassion and love and all of that. So it's like you're also that student, but again, you're also that teacher. You're teaching as well. So you can be also maybe focused on something, maybe at work at something, but could still be involved in other projects and other things. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So being that, this chapter in your life is focused on your spirituality as well as yourself, your inner strength, your inner faith. It really is. There's a lot of introspection going on, and there's a lot of reflection going on. So it's safe to say that for this pile, what you are basically focused on right now in the next few months is your spirituality, your wisdom, your environment, your leadership, your foundation, your legacy. That's what you are focused on. You're focused on long term. And I think that that's very beautiful. I think that because not everyone's focused on that. And for the majority of this pile, it's like the ages are all mixed. I'm picking up on from early 20s to mid 60s to mid 40s to late 20s. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, this is going to hit all ages and I'm very grateful for that. So I do want to get into I'm being drawn to use an angel's answer deck, just to get, a message or two concerning this pile, and this next chapter. I want to get down to the opportunities that are coming your way, the opportunities that are making their way towards you, and the specifics on what's going to change. Okay, wow. For like I said, for a lot of you guys are moving. For some of you guys, you are changing positions, changing environments. Some of you guys are letting go of connections, or letting go of friendships. We have here no. So the fact that it's over that material and spiritual prosperity, it's like you're going to be protecting your energy. You're going to be protecting your legacy. You're going to be protecting, who you are. You're going to be thinking very long term. And then we have here let go. So we have let go, and it's on top of that firm foundation. And it's like, I believe this to mean that, as you continue learning new things, as you continue reaching new heights, you are building something new, and that's going to require you to let go of the past in general, to let go of all that you've known, to let go of yourself, to let yourself roam free, to let yourself grow, to let go of things that no longer do right by you. Just the fact that these are the 3 spiritual cards for spirit answers that we received kind of make it feel like when you think about the foundation of your life is everything that it stems from. When you are building a house, you have to get the foundation of the house set in stone, quite literally, and embedded into the ground. I don't know how house making works, but again, the foundation, if you don't have that foundation, that bottom of that home, everything else is going to collapse. So the fact that what's changing for you, pile 1, is your foundation. Foundation comes tradition, wisdom, character, morals, perspective. Your foundation is your everything. It's your body, it's your home, it's your temple, your spirituality, quite frankly, quite literally. And the fact that everything is changing, it means that there was a major shift in your life. It means that there was a major epiphany in your life. This is a major time in your life, because not only are you giving it your all, you're being brave enough to give it your all. You're protecting your energy. You're aligning with your intentions. And you're releasing something in order to get something better. And I think that there's nothing more beautiful than that, because it just goes to show how many blessings are on their way towards you because of your bravery. All right, so we're going to go into the extended version. The extended version is going to talk about what the exact goals are coming towards you. The extended is going to talk about what is coming towards you specifically when it comes to your foundation, your home, your work. We're going to get into the specifics, and we're going to get some career messages as well, major career messages. The opportunity that's going to come towards you, and etc., as well as how you're going to be feeling. We're going to go internal, and I will see you there. Just go down below in the extended version. It's a very, very small fee, and we're going to get down to the nitty gritty of it. All right, my love. So I'll see you then, and if not, I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hi, my beautiful pile number 2. We're going to get into what area of your life is about to change. It could either be your love life, your career, your spirituality. It's pretty different for every pile. So we're just going to get into your pile. Pile number 2. What area of your life is about to change? What area of your life is about to change? We have here 6 of Cups. We have here 2 of Cups. And we have here the King of Cups. All right, so intuitively, I am being called to get one more card in order to stamp what area of pile number 2's life is being highlighted and which area of their life is about to change, please. All right. We have here Queen of Pentacles. All right, so love. Your love life is about to change. And the last pile had nothing to do with love. It was something completely different. So I'm happy that every pile has their own sector. I will say this, if you are still here, please like and subscribe, even comment the pile you got. And we're going to get into it. So this has to do with your love life. The area of your life that is about to change is your love life. And that is just true indication of it. So we're going to go through each one of these cards and we're going to get some spirit messages. So the area of your life that is about to change is your love life. It speaks a lot about tradition, family, marriage, home, connection, union, fertility, birth, celebration. It speaks about, it almost gives like, whoo, finally, I don't know why I keep hearing like, finally, like finally we're getting it right, or finally I'm getting it right in love, or finally like someone's working up there so that I can get what I'm looking for. And it's been a long time coming. There's something here about someone's eyes, the way that someone looks at you. Your eyes being very, very significant. The eye recognizes. I don't know why I have to say this, but the eye recognizes who's for you. And I know people are like, what do you mean your eyes? Like, the eye is, wait and listen. What I mean by your eye is your third eye. Your third eye, intuitively, your spirit, whether it be your Holy Spirit, spiritually, your spirit in general, you feel it when you are meant to be with someone. This pile speaks about soulmate connection. It speaks about love being meant for you. Like, I'm here to tell you, love is meant for you, pile 2. So, and I also want you to know that you may have not come here to look for love, or you may have not clicked on this reading to talk about your love life. You may, in fact, be running from it, or running from the changes, or you may not even want to hear about it, like you're over it, or you're just so confused, you just rather not talk about it. Like, it gives you want love, and you're yearning for love, or you're intentionally wanting or looking for love, or avidly working on your love life, but it's not something that you want to be bothered with. It's not something that is like, oh my God, oh, like, I'm working on my love life today. Like, you're not very happy about it. It almost feels like there has been a bit of a draining situation or a draining period in your life concerning love, something that maybe has required work or has required introspection, or maybe there's so much going on in your life where you're kind of giving up on it, or you're kind of like, I don't have the time for this, or you're kind of closing the door to some sort of situation, opportunity, or your love life in general. Although these are masculine and feminine energetic emotions, it does talk about counterparts that balance each other. Feelings where you can just be yourself. you and this person are two different beings. You and this person may look very different, come from very different cultural backgrounds, different astrological signs, different places in the world, a different tax bracket. One of you may come from a two-family home, not a two-family, a two-parent household, where the other may come from one or none. There's just a lot of like balancing out, which is also beautiful because it seems like when it comes to your love life, it isn't someone that is just like you. It's someone who appreciates and understands you, and you understand and appreciate them. But you and this person are polar opposites, or are just extremely different in your upbringings or certain things. All right. So, wow, I want to get some spiritual messages concerning your love life since this is the topic. So your love life is significantly about to change. And I want to get some spiritual messages when it comes to this major change that you're literally about to undergo in your love life. So let's get right into it. All right. So spiritual messages for pile number 2 and their love life and how much it's about to change. So before we talk about the change, we're going to get into some spiritual messages, and hopefully the spiritual messages can guide us to what will change. We have here perseverance. I feel like those people that are around you in general, like people in general who are around you, pile number 2, they see the efforts you've put in. They've seen you fall. They've seen you rise. They've seen you cry. They've seen you a bit all over the place. And I say that to say, like, the people around you are rooting for you to win in this area of your life. You have a very pure heart, but you've been hurt, or you've been let down, or you recently went through something major, traumatic in your life. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So this is going to be deep. This pile number 2. I'm excited. My first love pile of the day. But there has been grief that you've felt. Not only have you been through grieving times, you're surviving in grieving times, and you're healing from certain things. There are certain things you're healing from. You may be watching this and you may be in a relationship already, or you may be in a connection already. You may even be single, but it's going to resonate in different ways. But there's been grief in love. There's definitely been grief in love. There's been letdowns. There's been abuse in the form of emotional, physical, sex, sexual. One of the types of abuses, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's with the person that you're currently with if you're in a relationship. But it does seem like whether you're in a relationship, you're in a connection, you're getting to know someone, or you're single, for this group, you have been abused before by someone in your life. Again, it could be emotionally, verbally, physically. You've gone through something that has caused your light to dim in some way, shape, or form. This could be love bombing, narcissistic traits, friendships, etc. There's something here. Because you've been through so much, and because you've healed so much, or are healing so much, you are being guided to persevere. How do you persevere? You stay persistent on getting to the end of the tunnel. Not only that, it feels like for many of you, you've felt in love before. You've been in love before. You may be in love now. But you have not only been in love before or have felt that immensity of love, you've also felt heartbreak. So you have felt the sadness in love, and you have felt the utter bliss in love before, which is beautiful, because how can you know? I always say the deepest scars were a reminder of the deepest loves, and those should be worn with honor. It took courage and it took bravery for you to love. I don't know why I'm just getting the tendency to really go deep into this. But like, babes, you didn't do anything wrong. And if you felt like you or feel like you've done something wrong, or if something was your fault, or maybe you could have tried harder, perhaps that is true, and that's okay. But it doesn't mean you're a bad person, and it doesn't mean that you deserve bad things. On the contrary, everything happened the way that it needed to. Your path is your path for a reason. But it feels like for this group 2, you have been tested, you have been hurt, you have hurt in general, whether it be someone else or yourself, and you're really pushing through. You're really gunning through. Pile number 2, there is something here that's ending. There's something here that's ending. There's something here that's shifting within your relationships, within your connections, within your foundations. Within yourself. I'm so sorry. That was so disgusting. Sorry, the burp just slipped out. But anyway, I'm not editing that out. So the fact that these colors, like the color orange for me, as someone who does like candle work and who's really intrigued by the spirituality behind each color, orange represents justice. It represents cases. It represents karma. It represents balance coming to play. And it's like you've really, really, really been through the gutter, or you've really went through some major heartbreak or a major realization, or you're going through a really uncomfortable period in your life when it comes to love, where you are outgrowing, or you're growing in, or you're kind of doing two things at once. You're in two places at once. Like you're in the present moment and you're healing while also trying to stay persistent for the future, but again, healing from the past, shifting who you once were. It's like mourning the old version of yourself. And this pile speaks about making peace with what is and accepting what is not. Again, whether you're in a relationship or you're not, this could be very well about a friendship as well. If you're in a relationship and you're kind of like, this doesn't resonate for me, this could also be about a friendship. But there's this feeling here that's coming in the next few weeks to the next few months about you feeling impatient. You could have already started feeling this way, like you feeling impatient in a situation, you feeling impatient in your marriage, you feeling impatient being single. And what you're being told is to have faith. You're being told that things are changing for you, that something is ending, that something is shifting. You're grieving something, an old version of yourself, an old version of a relationship. You're grieving someone, you're grieving a situation, maybe you're grieving a divorce. But the biggest message here regarding your love life and your connection to yourself is that there's confusion here that comes from you, because you're kind of like, well, how am I supposed to know that I'm going to win? How am I supposed to know that things are going to get better? How am I supposed to know that I'm working towards something if I don't really see anything happening? And it's like, that's where your faith comes in. Like, that's literally where your faith comes in, and you have to continue. You have to continue. You have to see the course. Why do you have to see the course? Because you're healing, you're recovering. And some of you may physically be recovering, like in a home, in a hospital. You may physically be recovering. Some of you may be recovering from mental health, or recovering from pregnancy, or recovering from abuse, or recovering in general from like a letdown, a heartbreak, a disappointment. And you're kind of being told, like, first of all, this is the group of like miracles, because it represents not only the changes within you, but also in your love life. And I think that love is the thing that is the reason that we were created to be here. Like, science only goes so far, but even science at some form came through love. Like, you have to have some good in your heart, some love in your heart, to dedicate yourself to science in any way anyways. So I say that to say this. That was a mouthful. Like the fact that your pile is number 2 and it derives from love just reminds me that it's all has its reasoning. There's a reason for it all, whether we know it right now or not. But there's a thin line. Like, you're going to get what you want, pile number 2, but you just have to see it through. You are being poured into through dreams, through intuitive thoughts, as well as through prayer. So you're very connected. There's something in one of the spiritual books. I don't remember if it is the Quran or the Bible. By the way, it's 4:44 Eastern Standard Time right now, and I'm about to say this. There's something here that talks about when you're in the most pain of your life, or when you're undergoing the most challenging periods in your life, is when you're the closest to divine, to your ancestor, to God, to Allah, to Buddha, to whatever it is that you believe in. And I'm a firm believer in that. So we're going to get into the specifics of your love life in the extended version, where you can before you do that, go like and subscribe. But for the extended version, we're going to get into who this person is, who's entering, who's exiting, where you are energetically, and what's happening. And you can just simply like the link below, which is a Gumroad link. For a really small price, you get to watch the extended version. I'll see you there. Hi, pile number 3. I hope that you are doing well. This is pile number 3's what area of your life is about to change. It can really be anything. The last 2 piles have been completely different ordeals and situations. So we're going to get into it. Before we get into it, please like and subscribe. Maybe even comment your pile. And we're going to get right into it. So let's see what's happening. Let's see what is changing. What area of pile number 3's life is changing? What area of pile number 3's life is changing? We have here the King of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Three of Cups. So this pile number 3, there's not a solidified area in your life that is about to change. I'm going to be very honest with you. It gives every area of your life is about to change. Love, career, connections, spirituality, everything. And this is the only pile that has basically shown up this way, because every pile has had like its area. But the fact that pile 3 is just everything is beautiful. So we're going to get right into it. I'm just going to dive deep into it. The area of your life that's going to change is everything. When it comes to your, and I'm going to keep saying, when it comes to your love life, career, connection, spirituality, you are really, you know what you want. 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 You're going for the things that you want. You're making changes to your finances. You're making changes to your friendships, to your connections, to the velocity and the movement in your life. When it comes to your finances, pile number 3, you're aiming higher. You're taking things up a notch. You're excited about taking things up a notch. This is something that's very linked to you. So you could be in school. You can be investing your time and your energy into certain projects, certain things that have you feeling excited. You're making chess moves, not checkers. And I do see here that when it comes to pile number 3, I don't know if I said pile number 2, but I meant pile number 3. There's very fast movement in your energy when it comes to connections, and when it comes to your love life as well. There's a lot of fast movement coming in your love life and the connections in your life, where it's going to be very exclusive to be around you. You're not going to be around many people. You're going to be very focused. You're also not really going to have the time to be around so many people. There are people that you're going to be cutting out of your life who are around people that talk about you, or even family, like where it's like, oh, but like you didn't stick up for me, or like you didn't say anything to them, or like, do you agree with that? So it's like, it's giving for you, pile number 3. There's going to be such a lack of time because so much stuff is going to be happening. There's going to be travel. There's going to be dating. There's going to be projects. There's going to be, and this pile really gives like from, to be honest with you, it like gives 22 years old to like 45, but like predominantly it gives like 20s and 30s. Because it just gives you moving around a lot, you doing a lot, you having a lot of things to do, and not really having the time for nonsense or BS or people or things that really just you don't have time for. Like, you just don't have the time for it. So you're exclusively picking out people that you can see. You may be triple booked by some by this friend and that friend and this, you know what I'm saying? But everything is kind of changing. And you prayed for this. You prayed for this change. You've prayed for this remarkable strength as well as this speed. I do see here your finances are changing. You're making some major financial moves. When it comes to your love life and your friendships, I do see that you are going to be like, you're going to be in the gym. You're going to be in school. You're going to be signed up for something that is going to allow you to be social. In a limited way, but still being around people, like whether it be physical or whether it be like being able to connect to others in some way, shape, or form. Like I said, there's going to be a lack of time for a lot of things because you're going to be dipping in so many different things at the same time. And so everything is not going to be able to get your attention. You may be trying to prioritize this and prioritize this person and that person. It's going to make you feel restricted, but there is this energy of you taking time out for those that matter, and you really having to like access your planner, your like planner, on whether it be a paper planner or like one on your phone or your calendar, and like really set dates like months in advance or weeks in advance, because you're going to be so disconnected. You're going to be so focused. You could be studying abroad. You may have recently relocated, or you may be recently entered into school, or you could be in school. But there's just a lot of things. You could be launching a business. There's like major movement in your life, but in multiple areas of your life. So it's like there's a lot of movement. I'm even getting a little bit dizzy, like talking about the movement that you're going to be making. And like this time in your life is also going to get rid of like the extra noise, like the noise that really doesn't matter. The people that are around that are kind of, they're not bad people, but they may be taking up empty space, you know, leeches, etc. I do see that during this time, you're going to be saving money. You're going to be creating opportunity. You're going to be making a lot of money, saving a lot of money. Pile number 3, I do see paperwork as well for you that's happening. Maybe a new lease agreement, an offer for a new job. If you're a realtor, maybe like getting the signatures in, a lawyer's signatures in. But there is a new beginning here concerning work, or concerning your career that requires signatures, that requires talk about maybe the fine print, or finances, or like how much you're charging, etc. I am seeing here you raising the bar, you raising the price. If you're a business owner, or if you're on salary, like, hey, I need to get paid this much now, like, or hey, I'm looking to make this much, or hey, I charge this much. You know, kind of like going higher in something, or being able to create another stream of income, whether it be whether it be like you taking your time with it, or you doing it really fast and being super successful. But regardless of you taking your time or going fast, there is this energy of you winning behind it. I do see you taking time out for your spirituality as well. Kind of like for some of you, church on Sundays, or like if you are of another religion, like maybe praying multiple times a day, like making sure you're getting all your prayers in. But there's this energy here about like you being far away from family, or you being far away from friends, or like you being in some sort of solitude because you are so busy, and it's causing anxiety, or it's causing you to feel like you're missing out on this because of all the sacrifices, or like you don't have the time to see like that friend, or like you can't make it to your niece's like birthday because of this big thing. And it's like there's so many sacrifices here, and there's so much feeling of like, wow, like will this all be worth it? Like, is this all going to be worth it? And yes, it will, because you're going to be recognized for something. Some of you will be getting pregnant, some of you guys will have pregnancy in your life, or some of you guys will be receiving some sort of blessing, whether it be a check, a trophy, something where you're being recognized or supported. I do see here good news in the form of maybe this group is a group where you're sending out your wedding invitations, or your baby shower invites, or you're sending out like the baby's first pictures. Like there's something here about you staying connected to your family, your friends, through pictures, through mail, through postcards, through picture mail, through social media. We also have here, yeah, there's travel that's showing up for you, pile number 3. There's definitely travel, maybe traveling to see family, traveling that's going to make you feel good. We have here the Death, Rebirth, and the Four of Wands with the Page of Swords. Some of you are graduating. Some of you guys are finally finishing up a course, or finally getting your diploma, or picking up your certificate, or getting your, your cap and gown ready, etc. So there's a lot of beauty here for pile number 3. I do want to see how this pile is feeling. I want to get into the feelings that pile number 3 is feeling. I just want to see how pile number 3 is feeling during this time, and how they will be feeling during this process for pile number 3. We have here Facade in reverse, and I'm feeling very strongly to leave it in reverse. You're good. Like you're good off of a lot of stuff. You're not interested in certain friendships. You've outgrown certain things. You may even tell people about themselves, or tell them like, listen, I'm good off you. We have here expansion. So there's a lot of expansion. Again, maybe upgrading a lease, an apartment, a penthouse, a home, maybe kind of remodeling something, rebranding something. We have here expansion. So for a lot of you guys, I'm getting like maybe you're like a paralegal, or maybe you are a lawyer, and you're going to be, if you're a paralegal, you're going to be a lawyer. If you are a lawyer, you're going to open your own firm. If you have your own firm, something here about like going to higher in that staircase, in that elevation. So this expansion reminds me of the fact that whatever you do for work, or whatever you're involved in right now concerning your finances, you're continuously climbing. So where you are now, in the position you are now, pile number 3, you won't be a year from now, and you won't be 3 years from now, you won't be 7 years from now, because you're going to continue to elevate. So within the next few months, there is one of those forms of elevation, if you're not already going through that, because you're going higher. There's something that is rising within you. We have here gossip. So there's going to be people talking about you. There's going to be people, whether it be bad or good, but there's definitely going to be people questioning like, oh, who does she think she is, or who does he think he is? And then there's also people that are going to be talking about you positively, like, oh wow, like, yeah, she definitely doesn't have time right now, she's just so focused, like, I'm so proud of her. Or that person, he definitely, just he has a lot of things going on right now, I wonder what he's up to, but he's so focused that I haven't had the chance to speak to that person. So it's like definitely people wondering about you. We have here a lot of growth. So it's like, stay the course, as difficult as it may feel, but there's major growth in your life, pile number 3. And we have here the fact that we have perfection. So some of you may be celebrating a birthday, someone's birthday, some sort of celebration, a graduation, something like to celebrate, whether it be a small accomplishment or a big accomplishment. It's something that you're going to share with others, or that you're going to post, or that's going to be posted, or that people are going to know about, people are going to recognize, or that you're just simply going to recognize. And in the months to come, you're going to be like feeling that, or getting to feel that or getting closer to that feeling. We're going to go into the extended version and before we go into the extended version, go like and subscribe, my loves, and tell me what you liked about pile number 3. But in the pile number 3 extended version, which it's a very, very tiny fee, that's in a link below for pile number 3 extended, we're going to talk about the specifics. We're going to talk about the specific changes. We're going to talk about more spiritual messages as well as specific situations in your life. So I'll see you then. Love you.